At the peak of my life, I feel the most lonely. And the peak for me is the present. It's the place where you learn, you get your opportunity to do things, and you constantly evolving and elevating, even through the lows, the highs and lows if you're doing things right, if you're thinking from the right place. But I feel lonely. Um, when I was going through my breakup and I had my little healing process, I used to come home and my mother would ask me, "Are you lonely?" I would say, "Nah, why you ask that?" And she was like, "I'm just worried about you. You just seem different." I was like, "Nah, I'm alone, but I'm not lonely. I have myself. I'm always with myself, and that's still the case." But people got to understand that we're humans. We have highs and we have lows. You have to embrace both and understand where both come from. In the highs, I'm with myself. I'm doing things for myself. Everything is cool. But when the lows hit, you got to understand where they coming from. And like I said, I am a human. I do feel things, from both sides of the fence. And my loneliness comes from I'm spending a lot of time with myself, and I still do have people around me because you can be lonely with people around you, and you can be alone and not feel lonely. But the people that are around me, they don't think the way I do, which is absolutely cool. But at some point, you're going to start to feel lonely. And also, it's an intimacy that I crave that I can't get from the people that's around me. And I only want that from a person of a certain caliber, so I have to deal with the loneliness of that part of me until I get that. I'm a quality type of dude. I don't worry about quantity. I'm not worrying about getting this and getting that quick. I want quality. It's like imagine if it took you 10 years to build your dream car. Now, those 10 years you don't have a car, but when you build that car after those 10 years, that car will last you for the rest of your life. It'll massage your back, it'll scratch your scalp. You never have to fill it up with gas. Just anything you could dream of. Versus you being able to build a car in one day but it breaks that day, and then it takes you a month to repair that. But you can still go, get another car in a day, another car in a day. It's like, would you rather have 100 pennies or 4 quarters? Me personally, I would like the 4 quarters. It's the same thing, but the quality is different. The task to keep all those 100 pennies in shape, to count them out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 99, 100 versus 1, 2, 3, 4, those are 25 cents. That's just the way I see things. So if I think from this mindset, if this is the life that I want to live and I want these certain things from life, I'm gonna have to deal with these highs and I'm gonna have to deal with these lows. And it's just that simple. I woke up the other day and like I said, I got people around me. I got some good people. Talk to one of my best friends just about every day, phone calls and all. I'm just chopping it up. One of my family members, he's into the cameras and stuff. Y'all seen him on here. We chop it up. Good people, cool people. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's a face that you don't show everybody. And even if you give them a little slither, some people understand, some people don't. You never really show all of yourself to anybody. So that part of you, some days, somehow is gonna feel lonely. You might get sick and that part of your mind might get a little vulnerable. It don't matter. But that part of you is gonna come out, but you have to remember that you are human. And that's what I be trying to tell people, bro. Everybody goes through these times where they feel lonely, but they don't really try to understand where it's coming from. Now, a lot of people, they can't be alone with themselves. They can't drive down the road without trying to get on the phone, or they can't drive or go to the gym without listening to music because they got too much going on in their head that they won't conquer. A lot of people can't sit alone in a room by themselves. I can do those things, but like I said, there's times where the human side of you comes out and you have to deal with those things. But you have to understand that life becomes perverted at the extreme of everything. Drinking too much water can kill you. Being alone too much can harm you. Being around people too much can harm you. You have to find the balance in everything. And that's something that I have to work on because if it's not people that I genuinely want to be around, until I tap into that mode, I don't really go out. I can be a hermit. I can be a social butterfly and I can be a hermit. Whatever you want. And usually when I'm working and getting things done, I'm more of a hermit, and I usually have to get out of that shell once I get out of that grind mode. So, I have been going out, the last week just meeting people and experiencing some things, and it's been pretty cool. I met some cool people. But there's just things I have to work on for myself, things I have to embrace for myself. And I'm glad that I'm not thinking from the place I once thought from, because up until last year, I had this little thing. Me and my friends was talking about. I was like, man, I need me a girl so I can just grind and keep my head straight and just focus and do this and do that. And my friend was like, bro, you don't. It's like that's gonna mess you up. I was like, I got to, bro. Shout out to Chris. It's like, man, I got to. So we always had that little thing. And I hit him up, a few months later. I was like, man, I need me a girl so I can grind. He was like, just grind by yourself, bro. Just grind by yourself. And he playing whole time. He don't know, like, he really, right. But I'm sure there was some truth to it. I'm sure he wasn't just oblivious and he wasn't just saying that. But it's usually jokes, but it's the truth behind the jokes. So true enough, I did get a girl. And I thought I was going to be able to grind and maintain it, but things happened. I made decisions, that I made, and I couldn't do that. And then once everything was over, I took that time and just went all in for myself. And it made me who I am. It got me where I am today. And true enough, in some world, in some other scenario, I could maintain those things. But it was simply just the decisions I made that made the situation what it was. So it taught me that I didn't need anybody to keep me motivated and to do this and do that. I had all the power in me the whole time. I had the power to be the friend that I never had the whole time. I had the power to be that support system that I never had the whole time. I didn't need an external source of happiness or fulfillment or anything like that. I had everything here the whole time. And that's what keeps me sane. No matter how down I get, no matter how lonely I feel, I know I got me. Now, it may get a little old sometimes. Even the most introverted people who don't like people get lonely. They be sitting there reading that book like, damn, I envy an extrovert. I envy the people who don't care about the quality of people they're around, because sometimes bad company looks better than no company. Sometimes it does, but that's not true. Quality will always win. It will always win. To me, that's just the way it is. So I say all that to say, there's a reason behind this loneliness, and I'm cool. I don't think it's anything crazy. Like, I know there was this little thread, and it's a pretty common thing. But they say the more subscribers or the more people that a creator or an artist has, in tune with what they're doing, the bigger their following gets, the more lonely they feel. Now that is true, because I used to be able to connect with every single person that subbed, every single person that commented, every single person that messaged me. But now it is getting out of hand to the point where it's so much stuff that I process a day. I have to just step back and like I can't do certain things in the right mind. So it's just one of those things, man. But I do have a big surprise. I will be focusing on something else this upcoming month. So a lot of y'all probably don't know, but I have a school community, and I haven't taken the time to really do much in it. My mind has been all over the place, and I've been focused on other things, and I've been running my marathon for this month. But in the month of June, I'm going to really, really work hard and finish that school and get everything the way I want it to. But I want it to be a safe haven for people. I want it to literally be a tribe where a bunch of people come together and they can help each other, and we can talk and we can learn things together. And they'll just, as time passes, it's just going to grow into something crazy. Like, you might be able to come in there and learn Spanish one day, learn music, learn how to build houses. Like, that's just how I want it. Like, it's just going to be information on top of information. And it's going to be a place for us to come together. And I know it's going to take me a little while to get all the content and everything in there, but I still do want to have like meetings throughout the week, helping people how to speak, a little better, fix their communication and things like that, fix their speech. I just want to do what I can, man, while I can. So, that's coming soon. Um, but yeah, I'm alive, I'm well. I hope y'all alive and well. And I hope hearing what's going through my mind is able to make you feel a little bit comfortable about your loneliness or what you may be going through. But bottom line, to sum it up, no matter what you go through, no matter what emotion you feel, no matter what thoughts go through your head, try to understand where it's coming from. If you just broke up with your ex and you missed them and you were seeing them just about every day, it's okay. Because you literally connected and bonded with a person with an energy deeper than the skin level. You saw them just about every day. They became a part of your routine. Now they're not, all of a sudden. It's like, imagine eating apples every day and it made you happy. Sometimes it made you sad, but when it made you happy, it made you very happy. When it made you sad, it made you very sad. It made you feel good. And then one day somebody just took apples away from you. You'll be like, where's the apples, bro? Like, you would constantly be reaching for those apples. You'll have the muscle memory to eat those apples. You'll start wanting apples and craving apples. So it's understandable. But I'll take that same person and give them something else. Give them some pineapple. And then make them abstain from those apples and let them embrace the memories of the apples and blah, 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 blah. But they move on to something else. They focus on something else. And eventually, that taste for apples, it'll fade away. Now, you'll always remember how those apples made you feel. You might not remember exactly what they look like, what they smell like, but you'll always remember how they made you feel. And that's okay, because you're human. So, like I said, no matter what you go through, understand where it comes from. Someone says something and it pisses you off, it's probably true. You know what I'm saying? So, if you feel lonely, take some time. Be with yourself. Get to know yourself. And it'll make things a lot easier because you'll know where these thoughts come from. And you'll know how to go about it. So, I simply just have to be patient. But I also have to make moves, and I can't allow things to come to me. I have to go get them. Or more so, I have to become them, because you can't force it. But when you become things, they come to you. So, whatever I want in life, I just have to continue to become it. And everything will be alright. Until then, we chilling. I love y'all. Y'all take care of yourselves. And I'll talk to y'all soon.